So I've been observing your journey from, since you started in media. And my first question is, how are you able to transition from, media, from TV to writing your first book?
That's a good question. Thank you for that. I think just before I left media, I used 6 months.
Yeah.
6 months before I left media, I already started planning the next few steps. I can't say I had the whole picture because a lot of it was unknown, but I did say to myself, I want to extend what I do on mainstream and take it digital. So having the same conversations online. What that did is the more I had the conversations, the more I moderated, emceed, met people, the more I was able to build on my bigger picture, including the book. I realized there was a gap with information on menstrual health and that there was a shortage of stories that needed to be out there. And I could only really know that by planning. So that's how I did the book. I put together a couple of stories and I was able to launch the book and continue growing my foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've launched your book, that is my first time. How was it, from your own perspective as the writer, how was it able to impact the culture or the community?
I believe my first time impacted more by giving access to information that maybe was not as easily available, or rather, what can I say? Information has always been easily available. I gave a platform and a portal where the information is easy to retrieve. Stories were included, data was included, lists of what to do was included. So I think I was able to add into the bigger movement by giving a direct, easy access point. Now, when we launched, the idea was to do a countrywide book tour, but COVID hit. So I had to pause and I took the conversations online. And because of that, I was able to partner with a pad project based out of the US and India. And now we have a pad making machine, which we've been working on for about a year. And we're using that to make pads every day. And that impacts the community. So the book was able to have this bigger effect of having a machine where we've hired people in Nairobi. And now we have one in Kakamega. And I believe that's how the path of impact came from the book to the center. Yeah.
So on the last question about Youth Plus, how do you think your community will benefit from Youth Plus, or maybe how will Youth Plus impact your community?
First of all, when I hear Youth Plus or something around young people, I'm very, very, very big on youth championship, not just, or rather youth champions, not just by saying it. I work with young people, I interact with young people, and by young people, I'm mostly saying advocates and activists. I feel like there's a magic there that we're not fully tapping into. So I feel like even if we want youth involved, can we give them the tools to have the mental health to be an advocate, to have the skills to be an advocate? Let's not just say we need more youth. How are we looking after them and how are we growing their skill set? So when I hear Youth Plus, I feel like it's bigger than. It's about young people, it's about the youth, but it's also about beyond your current status of youth. What are you going to do in the next 10, 20 years that you can start as a young person? So I'm inspired. I think it's an amazing platform. I think there's some great speakers, and who knows? Let's see about Youth Plus 2024.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Okay.